a strong... Sorry, let me start this again. Xiaohu basically should have control of this mid lane. I got myself all mixed up there. Xiaohu should have control of this mid lane. You've got the Lucian who's going to be able to push in this Silas very effectively. On the top side of the map as well, Longxing can go toe-to-toe with this set pretty heavily. So Xiaolong Bao can still set up this mid and top for success given the opportunity. Against
Wooming in the mid lane though, the mid laner who only started the split against Easter and hasn't played a game since. This is his second game in the LPL. And it's against RNG, a heightened RNG, after a massive game one. We start the game with an invade here, entering Summoner's Rift, and Rogue Warriors want to start with Blood.
I think they're trying to split the map. What they want is for Xiangwu, Ji, and Lei to be able to exert their control over Betty and Ming and try and set them that bottom lane up for success. In return, Woomin can play towards this bottom side and always know that Herald will be waiting in the wings for when Xiaohu tries to go aggressive.
They're going to back away at the end of that anyway. They just walk their way through with only a ward here to spot out the Gromp and blue take. It looks like RNG drop a ward themselves. Let's go across the rift though. What do we got? What do we got? We got a lot of Conqueror here on Rogue Warriors. And nothing surprising on the side of RNG. I was hoping for a spicy rune, but Liga Conquerors stands strong here.
Xiaohu
Not taking it. Yeah, but I think Xiaohu's okay as long as he can escape though through the minion wave. He flashes though. That's not okay. That's far from it.
There was no reason for Xiaohu to check that brush. You know at this stage with that invade coming through, Herald is going to split the map. So you just take that, you back away, and you try and hold that flash to be aggressive against Woomin in lane. Xiaohu, without that summoner spell, is really set himself behind.
Pressure begins. Vertical jungling begins here as well. Xiaolong Bao towards the top side. As the ward will spot out that Haro was taking away the blue buff. Now it's about whether Xiaolong Bao wants to match.
This could potentially be a greedy call from Xiaolong Bao. If you don't rotate over towards that blue side to pick up this blue straight away, Haro can rotate over and get himself a 3 buff start or even take away a lot of this pressure on the bottom side.
Yep.
So Xiaolong Bao has actually really hurt himself taking those Krugs early.
You see Death Sentence in the bottom lane meanwhile as well, and RNG aren't winning out down here either. Pot going to be used, and even towards the top side, Longxing. This is not his lane. A good trade back, but Holder wins that one out handedly. And Longxing with biscuits enabled is going to have to walk back.
Good start for Rogue Warriors so far. You've burnt a flash from Xiaohu. You have Holder pushing in aggressively on this top lane, and even Haru rotating towards this top side to keep Holder safe in this scenario. So Rogue Warriors looking a lot better this time around. Haven't given the 2 kills over we saw in the last game.
You talked about Xiaohu having the flash for an aggressive play towards the mid lane. Well, Wooming right then could have been dead. He's going to have to back anyway, but teleport in hand while Xiaohu has to shove through this lane. You can see Xiaolong Bao underneath him for the time being as well. With a red buff that still hasn't been taken. Haro's walking here.
Xiaohu coming across to help Xiaolong Bao clear out these Raptors. RNG do a good job here. You know that you've got the advantage in mid lane. But
he's backing in a greedy place. Abscond abduct. Xiaohu's going to dash away, but that was just bad.
You already burnt flash. Why are you backing there? Xiaohu, we just praised you for the last game. Don't end this game.
I'm not sure what you say about that. Let's just be quite honest. What are you doing? CS lead in lane. Now that's not going to matter because first blood goes over to Wooming. And this is the game to talk up Wooming, apparently.
Well, we have to see what he can do with that lead. Certainly he can push in this mid lane at the moment and make sure that Wooming's also getting the advantage when it comes to the CS and gold since he has just teleported back to lane. I'd love to see him try and make a bit more of a roaming play now off the back of that if he has the opportunity.
But yet again, the 3-game kings in Rogue Warriors, I shouldn't say kings because they don't always win them, but the 3-game players in Rogue Warriors have a gold lead early, and triple buff end up coming through for Haro as well. He's got a 10 CS lead within the jungle. He's done a full clear now. We're looking at the top side because it's just more fighting. Where's the face breaker from Holder? There it is. Brings Longxing back on in. He's going to have to Searing Charge out. But remember that Set has health regen. So Longxing has used up all of his pots now in this lane.
So that's going to be 3 winning lanes now for Rogue Warriors, which sets up Haro to have complete control of this map. And on an Olaf, that is where you're most happy, especially if they want to try and go for an invade on this blue buff spawn and see if they can keep this pressure going.
Oh, what? That hook lands amidst the minion wave. Betty's dead. Lei gets banned again 68% of the time on Rogue Warriors. He doesn't get this thresh for that reason.
That was insane from Lei. Now Rogue Warriors have complete control of this bot side, and they can turn towards this dragon. Xiaolong Bao potentially looking for the steal, but he's 2 levels behind Haro already.
And Rogue Warriors put on a clink. Flash into the pit here onto Jungwooji. Xiaolong Bao wants to get the steal. Xiaohu does come in eventually, and Haro goes down. And I think now for Rogue Warriors, about the turnaround. Wu Ming into the pit himself, picks up a kill. Jungwooji and Lei are low. Lei doesn't die from the burn down, but now Wu Ming is going to die. Xiaohu pretty much gave over the first kill. Wooji almost steals the dragon. This game is wild, but it ain't in a positive way.
Xiaolong Bao does a really good job there to get onto Xiangwuji. Uses his flash to close the distance, and Xiangwuji was taken relatively low at the start of that. With Ming rotating across, they can stop the play.
Betty wants this kill. They're so low, the poke to come through. Oh. Can't find the binding, flashes into Lei. All he needs is another hit. He will die. And for Betty, that's fine. That's worth. RNG claw back the gold lead. That Rogue Warriors smashed them in the early game.
And they should be able to get one of these turrets off of that play as well. You've got the demolish there for Ming, so they just shove in this wave. Rogue Warriors, they had a good start, but that's not how you try and push that forward.
After Lei's godlike hook as well. They all go into the dragon pit, and Xiaohu gets all the gold he wants, all the gold the Lucian wish he got in this lane. And now that he died there with a greedy back, it doesn't matter anymore. Wu Ming walking into this one. Xiaohu has the culling, but doesn't need to use it. He's just threatening away the Sylas.
Wasn't sure. I think he was trying to get the double tap before he used that culling to force Wu Ming out of lane, but not going to be the case in that scenario. Now Vam Scepter picked up for Xiaohu. He can quickly bully this lane out and force Wu Ming to play a lot more honest.
Call the Force God. Does that mean anything? I don't know, but Haro has been found out here invading on Xiaolong Bao's side. Another kill for Xiao. What is happening?
Wu Ming no longer had control of that wave, and Haro got greedy. Off of the dragon play, RNG got the tempo back. They got the kills over towards Xiaohu, and Haro had no right being in the enemy jungle.
Lei's looking for a death sentence again, but I think he might have just killed himself. The damage coming through from the bottom lane RNG is too much. Jungwooji walked into this one as well. He'll get the Gravitum down. I think that's the only reason he survives.
What is going on?
I mean, I just asked the same question because it's a 30 CS lead in the mid. RNG's bottom lane have a kill on Betty, and now Lei is on the wrong side of the map. Blast Cone going to be taken, but he's going to be locked down. Xiaolong Bao has Predator. The death sentence here. Xiao's going to join, but I think Lei will be dead before he gets here. Ming will pick that one up because why not? And we're looking top. Holder's diving this. He'll get the kill. Props to him. He looks like the only sane one of Rogue Warriors right now.
Lei walks into River after they've just got forced out. No idea where Xiaolong Bao is, and he's just able to collapse on that. Holder, though, as you said, coming back into this game, now is needed to step up for Rogue Warriors, and yes, has a 30 CS lead in the top lane, has gotten the kill, but the problem is the rest of the map is falling apart for Rogue.
At least Haro has a CS lead. At least, even though he died before to the Gragas Lucian combo, at least he still has a CS lead. Mid 30 CS down, by the way. Bottom lane keeping even here with the Nautilus.
So the mid lane CS difference is being answered on the top side. This is why when we look at our gold, it's pretty much dead even.
You don't have time here, sir. Haro's going to be found out by Xiaohu. Level 8 here on the Lucian mid. Now Haro just walks away. He's going to take mid CS.
And this is why mid lane is so important. If you can get control of the mid lane, you can control so much of the map. And now we're getting the opportunity for Xiaolong Bao to answer for that early deficit. Remember, Xiaolong Bao was level 3 to Haru's level 5 at that dragon play, and now they're back to even.
Xiaohu gave away first blood to Wu Ming. And I was ready to talk up Wu Ming this game. Lungxing actually has to be careful of Haro, who gets spotted out. But now Rogue Warriors start the Herald, and that's good. This looks like control for now.
Longxin, though, has found his way in first. The ensuing team fight is what we need to walk out for, but Xiaolong Bao not quite able to get there.
All the Forge God going to be lined up, misses and goes through everyone. Ming jumps into the choke as well. Longxing's been hooked on in, but in a small choke, the explosive cast works wonders here. Xiaohu's over the wall, the Fed Lucian to be looked at here as the ult comes through from center. Now for RNG, it's front to back. Rogue Warriors need to get the heck out of there. Xiaohu presses forward yet again. Binding lands. Here comes the hook pin as well. RNG have given a double over to Betty, but Shalom will die. And now I'm not sure which way we're going to go.
Back in is the best call for RNG right now. You've got the kills. Don't give over more. Haro looking to chase. But Rift Herald did go to Rogue Warriors. Wooming.
Wooming's going to be caught out, but thankfully he doesn't go down. This is stopped. Okay, it's stopped.
So Rogue Warriors do a good call there to get the Rift Herald. They rotate Zhang Wuji and layup. First, they managed to get that. The problem was, though, that they didn't respect the damage that Xiaohu and Betty have right now. You're playing a front-to-back composition for RNG right now, whereas Rogue Warriors are on these bruisers that are looking to flank from several different directions. In these tight corridors where no one's flanking from any direction, it's RNG who will come out on top. Xiaohu is giving unlimited reign in this fight, and it's RNG who take the fight after Rift Herald goes over.
Stopwatch, the tanking from Ming, but Rogue Warriors turn on him, so at least they get one back. That seems like it was the most coordinated fight we've had in a regard. So that's also nice too, but at the end of that one, Betty's 3-1-1, and Xiaohu, you notice, is already 3-1-2, but he picked up Blade of the Ruined King after that in under about 10 minutes.
We said that the double AD carry was who we wanted to keep our eyes on. That's the sustained damage in this RNG. They want to have these extended fights. That's exactly what we got on the top side, and it's only getting worse now because of those kills they've accumulated.
Rogue Warriors trying to find something on the bottom side here. Betty feels safe enough to just clear that ward too.
Rogue Warriors do not want to fight in this dragon. What they should actually have is Haro in this mid lane to try and threaten this mid lane turret, or at least the plates at the moment. And then maybe they can set up for Dragon, where they can have Wooming coming in from a flank and set up correctly for their comp. But with them scattered all over the map right now, RNG once again can maybe look to group up Ming.
We haven't fought in a minute. We need to go back in. Ming goes golden in the nick of time at the re-engage here from RNG. However, the support's already dead. The explosive cast sends it into the Lucian, lay in a pickle of a position. Call the Forge God from Wooming going to come back out. And even though Xiao gets the kill, RNG lose too. Lunging is sticking around into the choke, a two-man knockup. Xiaohu's over the wall, but is that a mistake? I think so. He'll pick up a double, but now Holder wants Betty as well. RNG lose another two. Rogue Warriors only another one.
RNG had the opportunity to set up this front to back that we were talking about. Instead, though, they give Rogue Warriors the perfect flank positions. They spread themselves out into a bunch of different skirmishes where these bruisers will shine. And Rogue Warriors pick up the team fight, they get the dragon, and now, crucially, they've got the tempo advantage as well. Rogue Warriors with Woomin and Holder can look to play these side lanes if they want to, but watch where the positioning in this map is. You've got Betty separated on the bottom side. Ming is already dead before this fight starts off, and now Woomin on the back is able to get access onto Xiaohu. Xiaohu is forced out of this fight. He can't really deal with the pressure being created by these bruisers. And then Rogue Warriors chase down RNG, who look to fight again.
Xiaohu's, he presses E in. The relentless pursuit. Holder just got the shutdown, by the way. And again, I say this. Holder looks like the most sane member of this team. It's a great hook to deny that one. Gravitum available, and there goes Ming yet again.
Ming is... Okay, that's the second time now Ming has walked into his death, and not what RNG wants to try and do. Holder, as you said, the biggest point of contention on this Rogue Warriors lineup, has gone for the Blade of the Ruined King, looking to be a bit of a split pusher. So with Rogue Warriors taking these towers in the bottom lane and creating that pressure on the side lanes, now Holder can look to exploit that with the build that he's gone for.
I just don't know what to make of this game, Dagden. I'm just not sure that
I'm trying my best. I'm trying to explain this chaos, but this is damn chaos.
It's a 2K gold lead for Rogue Warriors at 14 minutes. 19 kills on the board. And there are some LPL games and LPL games. This is definitely the latter, you know? Not like IG RNG, like, oh, this is pretty pog. This one's a bit interesting as Holder's going to take on Xiao. I don't think the Lucian, without help, he's dead.
That haymaker could have been the death of Xiaohu and shut down this whole play. But again, we had Rift Herald on the bottom side, so that has already crashed in. Oh, it didn't get the crash actually into this bottom lane turret. Ming managed to stop that, so it will be a turret for a turret when all is said and done.
But you just gave a shutdown to Xiaohu. He's back again. Xiaohu ran into the fight last time, died, gave the shutdown to Holder, and they're just throwing it back and forth. Literally the biggest game of ping pong I've ever seen.
So let's look at our next objective where our ping pong match can get into full swing. Because with Rift Herald here, Lei is already invaded on the top side jungle to get vision down. And with this bruiser, skirmishy style of composition Rogue Warriors have gone for, if they can spot where RNG are going to be, get the flanks off or separate RNG out into these skirmishes, Rogue Warriors will have the most success. So this early vision coming through from Rogue Warriors could actually be signs of a Rogue Warrior victory in the upcoming fight.
Okay, I'll look towards that because honestly at this point, 5 members sitting mid, RNG are matching that. We've moved away from the ARAM for the second at 15 minutes. We're moving to top river. Rift Herald's going to be started by Rogue Warriors.
No flanks positions though if they decide to set up like this. Longxing can come in the back line, Ming can play at the front line, and it's all on Holder to see if he can get access here to Xiaohu.
Of course we want to fight though. Longxing now moving his way into the river on top of Herald, stolen at 76 health, and Xiaolongbao gets it. Now RNG want to escape, but Rogue Warriors don't want to let him.
They have to let them. They have no way of engaging. So Rogue Warriors just give over the...
Haro. He has Ragnarok and Lei, so that's okay. They just lost Herald though. A bit of a miss smite there, and Xiaolongbao picks it up being 2 levels down.
It's why the flanks are so important for Rogue Warriors. Their engage is not as heavy as the likes of this Ornn. You need Lei to land a hook, Wuming to get the abscond abduct. Maybe now Wuming with this depth charge can make it work there.
Maybe onto Xiaohu, but Rift Herald going to get the charge, not the turret. That's a win though, but they've found themselves a set. Holder dodges away from the explosive cast as Longxing gets engaged on, has to flash away himself. Wuming with the depth charge you mentioned. Onto Ming yet again. The center ult will give him a bit of shielding, but now the AoE damage itself. The Moonlight Vigil from Zhang Wuji. Xiaohu can't find an entrance, but Rogue Warriors are low. So that's it there.
Holder separates Longxing. They are able to burst out Ming, and it's a good fight for Rogue Warriors. Still need to hold on to this mid lane turret, but they're quite low.
They got the center range. Lei misses the hook, and there it is. It's gone.
So mid lane turret is now gone. Health bars are low for Rogue Warriors. They need to back as Dragon spawns in the next 15 seconds so RNG can get control and maybe look to sneak it away before Rogue Warriors get back out on the map.
I'm looking at Xiaohu because at this point, I think Xiaohu and Betty are the 2 people I'm going to look at. Of course, the only damage sources of RNG, as we've mentioned. There's a serrated Dirk in the inventory looking for the second lethality item, but more importantly, we've been sitting on the BF sword for a while with Xiaohu, who's level 11. Essence Reaver coming second here for this mid lane Lucian, and yeah, in front of Dragon, even with the Caulfield's Warhammer, he's pretty damn strong.
This is where Rogue Warriors may struggle to find the engage they want, but at least Wuming has set himself up for success here. Started off in this bottom lane, now can look to sneak in behind RNG if given the opportunity.
Oh, Lei might be caught out. There's the flash engage. Where's the explosive cast? Xiaolongbao doesn't have it available as RNG have walked into this choke. Wuming with a re-engage. The poke's still great from the double AD carry, but Xiaohu is not here. He walked towards mid lane. Lei gonna miss the hook again, and at least he now comes back in, but the Ornn's dead. That was just interesting.
That's a word that we're going to stick with for this one. Communication is abysmal from RNG. Using these engages is abysmal from RNG. Xiaohu, you do not want to be spotted here.
He's not Wuming.
He got spotted.
Peekaboo. He's out anyway. Have the Dragon, Rogue Warriors. Why not?
How did RNG go from game number 1 to this? Clean setup. You give RNG 2 kills in the mid lane, and they can snowball as efficiently as you like. Now you give 6 kills to Xiaohu, and RNG look like they don't know which end is up on Summoner's Rift. Even though that is the case, it's a 3k gold lead, a small gold lead going over toward Rogue Warriors. They have now gotten 2 dragons for themselves, and if Xiaohu can still play well in this bottom lane, might be able to make something work, but look at the members of Rogue Warriors that are here.
Haru's waiting here. Flash face breaker. Xiaohu, how do you get out? The answer is he doesn't. Shutdown this time goes to Haru. The thumbs are up because you have to remain positive in this situation.
Well, what I was positive about after game 1 was RNG making it to playoffs. or at least in finals. But,
and then you get this.
But then we get this, and this is the issue that we have. RNG have two very different styles. They can have Xiaolong Bao and these Jarvans. They turn on a dime. Their engage is spectacular. And then we get engages like this, where Xiaolong Bao flashes in aggressively, misses everything, hits, but doesn't have any follow-up.
He doesn't have
because he doesn't have the cast.
He doesn't have his
and
ult.
RNG are like, wait, we're supposed to be going here? The RNG in this game are not on the same page. They're not even reading from the same book. Now we're looking at Baron having spawned. RNG, yes, have vision control. And I thought this was going to be an important feature of this game, but it's far from that at this stage.
Dagda, you know it's my birthday tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
And all I want for my birthday is a really competitive, edgy LPL series, right? Game 1, I was like, okay, a bit slow for my liking, that's okay. Game 2, I thought, this is when Rogue Warriors are going to show us some more blood. I was not wrong about it, but I did not expect this one. So hopefully if there's a Game 3, we get something a little better here. Is 20 minutes in, next Dragon's coming up in about 3 minutes. Baron's sitting there, but we won't look at that just yet. Rogue Warriors are looking for a pick.
Well, Rogue Warriors need to look for a pick in order to open up these turrets. They don't really have it.
Okay, flash away.
Go. But they don't really have any way apart from getting kills to open up these turrets with the double bruiser style that they're running in their solo lanes. So they're trying to open up the map, have Wuming pushing top, have Holder pressure that exposed bottom tier 2, and maybe then they can look for a pick in finding people in transition or using the numbers advantage that they have underneath these towers.
I'm going to do an item check, though, because we've slowed the game down, and I'm actually kind of glad for once that a game has slowed down. We've got 2 items in the set top, 2 items in the Silas mid. Wuming, his second game here in the LPL, as mentioned before. And this guy played at the start against E-Stars when E-Stars made their debut. So,
and the funny thing was, this game was just as messy. If we remember Rogue Warriors versus E-Stars, one of the messiest games I have ever seen. And E-Star
so
at their
ago.
messiest. And now Wuming comes back in and we get another messy game from both sides. And I can't really blame Wuming for that one.
There you go.
It's definitely been RNG who have opted into this weird playstyle. Now they're losing towers on the top side with Herald being able to facilitate Wuming in that push. And this makes that mid lane turret all the juicier for the Rogue Warriors team.
Just while we're on Wuming as well, just remember for everyone out there, Vici Gaming Potential last year in the LDL, which did place first in summer, but failed in summer playoffs. Played with Cube, Ikes, people you should know now, Hung, who's also on Vici at the moment as well. And people like in the past on Unlimited Potential, Yodang in there as well, and even Iwandi in 2018 summer. So this guy's been around. He was even on WE Future back in 2016, LSPL Spring, then had a massive break. As a mid laner, Wuming hasn't had that full-on experience in the LPL. Again, debut split here, and only his second game.
Has got a blue buff for himself though, so Wuming now in full split push mode is looking to push these waves as effectively as he can, and then still have this TP available for when the dragon spawns. Ideally, Rogue Warriors get some wards deep or on flank routes, so Wuming has an option to get in towards the backline on these plays. But he's actually joined up with the rest of Rogue Warriors now, afraid of this flash engage or the long range call of the Forge God that RNG can throw out.
On the 2-item on, who's level 13, so next couple of levels you're going to start seeing some of those upgrades as well, especially for Xiao, who's got 2 items himself. Everyone's mid. Xiaolong Bao and Langxing looking for the flank potential here. Holder's zoning them all.
Holder trying to see again if he can hide off in the brushes. Langxing will spot now Rogue Warriors moving into position, but look how dark RNG side of the jungle is.
Oh, but they found a pick. It's on top of Haro. Now he has Ragnarok, but he has to take the lantern away. Meanwhile, Xiaolong Bao, explosive cast defensively. He's over the wall. Langxing, the ult finally comes out. Wuming just dodges away from that one. Ming flashing over the wall. Okay, Death Sentence doesn't land. Messy again. The play here onto Langxing. Betty's poking out. Xiaolong Bao pops Predator. He wants to go back in, but he'll die if he does. Dragon started.
Sustained fights favor RNG though. They've healed up. They're back for round 2, but they don't really have an engage tool to set themselves up with. And Holder still has that showstopper. So afraid of this turnaround engage on top of the Moonlight Vigil from Zhang Wuji, RNG will back away, setting Rogue Warriors at some point. You okay, Starks?
I'm breaking down. What the heck was that fight though? Xiaolong Bao. He can either look like a god or he could look like a pencil. You don't really use them anymore, and sometimes they're a bit useless. And there's only 1 out of 100 moments where you need a pencil. The other 99 times you fail. 0, 4, and 6. I'm sorry, but we're getting the pencil version this game.
And Rogue Warriors are looking to be the eraser in this case, removing RNG from this game, trying to set themselves up for success at this dragon.
Why do I get these series all the time?
Do you want a hug? Do you want to? Is it
BLG
okay?
EDG
Look,
Game 3. Do you remember? I was doing it with Lyric. Do you remember that? Go back if you haven't watched BLG and EDG. That Game 3 was ridiculous. Why do I always get these? And I even cast V5 and I don't get these. V5 doesn't even give me this.
Look, it's enjoyable, you know. It's a journey, an
emotional
roller coaster. It's like the horror rides. That's what it's like.
I hate those as well.
You are afraid of heights, so I'm not surprised if some of these things.
Dude, have you been on that note? Have you been on the Tower of Terror in Disney Sea?
I've never been to a Disneyland or any Disney thing. No.
Do you hate Joy? What's
no,
wrong
I've
with
just
you?
never gone.
Oh, okay. So you haven't had the chance.
Yeah.
You know, there's one in Shanghai.
Yeah, I know. I want to go when it opens.
Because of the issue, it's it's closed. Dude, I went to it. It's not bad. I think the one in Japan is actually best. I went to Disneyland. Next day, Disney Sea. 2 like 24 hours combined because they're 12-hour days. You got to get there early. You got to get the fast pass for anyone else out there who wants advice. But the Tower of Terror sucks, man. That thing, you go in an elevator, spooky ghost hits you, and you drop. And it's like dropping out of London Tower. I hate
that.
heights.
Actually sounds like your worst nightmare.
No, it's not great. It's like this game. At this point in time, we're into Game 2 where I don't know when it's going to drop. I've been waiting for another fight to come through, and again, I'm glad it has slowed down a little bit now that there's more minutes to kills. But we're building up to an extravaganza at this point.
And Rogue Warriors are building their side lanes to set up for that right now. Holder pushing in this bottom lane, Wumi setting up the top lane, and now RNG have approached this Baron. That's drawing Rogue Warriors to the fight.
And Lei finds a hook, another one. That was great on the Shalom Bounty. Explosive cast. He's trying to hit a wall. There he goes. He's dead. Now, ultimate used by Ming onto an Olaf. Not sure about that one, Chief, as Wu Ming's going to get poked down. Somehow RNG still have the damage because Xiaohu's here. Onto Lei. He flashes away, but he's going to die as well. RNG won that fight. I'm not sure how, but they did.
Because Holder is such an important part of their fight, and he couldn't TP because Longxing was keeping him at bay. So now, yes, you get the kill onto Xiaolong Bao, but Wu Ming is turned around.
We're teleporting in. Xiaohu's in the lane. Let's go again, they say. I don't know if they know Holder's here, but now they do. Betty's still here as well. Holder's level 14.
Harrow's running past the other teleport, though, in the river.
Meanwhile, Ornn is doing something here. He's 1v1ing Harrow. Call of the Forge God used. Harrow's in a bit of a pickle, I'd say, as Longxing gets turned on now. Was it the right call? Heck yes, he's an Ornn. Xiao's going to get the kill and a shutdown anyway. And up in the top side, Holder just left. And Zhongwuji went with him.
I want off this wild ride. I don't want to be here anymore. This is just
all
silly.
my years of casting. Yeah, focus in on Xiaohu. That's perfect. He's 9-3, and to give him credit, even after that weird back in the early game and running into a team fight, into a set, he has recovered a little bit. He's now got an upgraded Molten Edge with 3 items. So as Rogue Warriors approach this Baron in this crazy game, there's some big moments here for RNG to keep track of.
The good news for Rogue Warrior with this Cloud Drake coming up, though, is that they can try and push for Soul Point. This will be really good at the Cloud Drake because as bruisers, with the set, with the likes of Silas, even the Olaf here as well, can utilize that speed up really well. Have to see if they'll be able to set up correctly for it, because by word, these teams have not set up anything correctly.
No,
so
they've just gone for it, haven't they? They've just kind of hit the pedal to the metal, you know? It's like both teams are listening to yakety sax and just going for it. I know somewhere out there, Papa Smith is watching this and he's playing it in his YouTube browser right now. I obviously don't know the internet. In Chrome. Let's be quite honest, that's what we all use. As ult stolen here from Wu Ming. Longxing has now given over Call of the Forge God. Rogue Warrior sitting mid. We A-ramming a bit now just to get the taste of blood.
Look at Lei though, see if he can get some hooks on towards crucial members, but with the Edge of Night picked up for Betty, not going to be able to look for the Senna. It has to be onto the likes of Xiaohu. But we've entered the river, we'd enter the fight. Cue the Benny Hill music.
Yeah, okay, let's go. Once again, the hook going to go out here from Ming. Xiaohu's found himself a tasty Olaf. Ragnarok as well. Xiaohu gets burnt down. There's the reverse ulti. Xiaohu only survives for now, dodges the undertow, but RNG are so damn low. Longxing comes out with a real Call of the Forge God as Haro's getting poked down as well. Finally, a team fight that makes a bit more sense until Ming does that. RNG lose one, they're running back.
And they can go towards this dragon. Xiaohu gets bursted out to begin with, and even the lifesteal is not enough to get the Lucian back into this. Rogue Warriors turn towards the dragon. They get their soul point. Rogue Warriors, they're doing it. They're doing it. Okay.
29 kills, 30 minutes, Cloud Soul acquired. Betty's like, I'm going to get a ward down. We're going to make sure they don't do the Baron.
And Holder's here to just clear it out straight away. So, as we said, Cloud Soul is going to be really good for Rogue Warriors in these fights. I think they've set themselves up now, potentially, to try and finish this out. They still have to be very careful with the likes of Xiaohu. If Wumin and Holder can get these flanks, A+. Looks great. We can ignore the rest of this game. And you can see here, hook comes through from Lei, sets up Xiaohu to be burst out. And we talked already, Lei needs to be setting up these plays like this on towards the likes of Xiaohu. Worked out wonders in this scenario. Xiaohu, though, really needs to stop playing towards the front line. Let your front to back do the work for you, where it's Longxing who's able to survive super long in the front line. Ming with this Gargoyle Stun plate able to survive in the front line. Xiaohu, you're not front line.
I will say that that was the first fight, I think, where we did see people trying their damnedest, you know, trying their hardest. That did feel good, watching that fight. I'm happy to take more of that.
I don't know anymore, man.
Man, no. In comparison to what we've seen, this is both best and the worst LPL game I think we've cast this year so far. And it comes from comes from the LPL, baby. Longxing might be caught out now. He doesn't have the breath to stop him. And he's dead. All right, back to square one.
Mid lane turret's going to drop now for Rogue Warriors, and that was really the last bastion that was stopping them from rotating over towards this Baron. You could have RNG play very safe under the tower. That's no longer a case. Lei fishing for these hooks now. Keep an eye on how aggressive he's posturing.
Down goes turret, though. Rogue Warriors more gold. 5k gold lead here with Cloud Soul. 32 minutes in, and with Baron sitting there waiting, Rogue Warriors can start baiting this one away. RNG kind of scared to come out of their base right now. Xiaohu going to a solo lane here against Holder. And we're going to reset once again.
Xiaohu's going down towards this bottom lane just while Longxing is respawning. So Holder now is in a great position to split push against Longxing. You've got the Black Cleaver, the Blade of the Rune King, which can do work against this Ornn. And Xiaohu needs to be grouped with the rest of the team because he doesn't have any teleport available. So Rogue Warriors now can look to play these side lanes, draw the teleport from Longxing, and then it's swap. Wumin, if you've got your teleport up, cool, you're in the bottom lane. Then when Holders comes back up, we can drop him back towards the bottom lane again.
You know what I just noticed? RNG's top and jungle, they're counting together. 045, 056. That's nice. Yeah. Not the greatest game from the top side of this map. But I will say, amongst all this, Betty has been, I think, the most consistent player this game. I'm not sure if we all agree with that, because Ming has not been.
You really want your silver lining in this game, don't you?
Oh, gotta give it something. His silver light, like a bronze lining at this point, let's be quite honest. Feels like an iron/bronze lining from both of these teams. But we talked up the Baron. Rogue Warriors have now reset. They got 3 item styles, 3 item Aphelios, 3 items up in the top lane here for Holder, who's level 16. This set, near unkillable at this point, and it's going to do a heck of a lot of damage as well. Probably enjoying the side lane against Longxing this game. The Rogue Warriors, once again, group up. And they're looking towards Baron.
Zhang Wuji's also in pretty good place. You know, Ruden's Hurricane, his Essence Ray for Infinity Edge finished. Even got the QSS in case any sort of pesky hook or comes through, but won't do much against some of the knockups that are on RNG, but still looking to play relatively safe here.
We know Aphelios does a fast Baron dagger though, don't we?
Definitely do. Doesn't have the guns for it right now though, but still, I would imagine he's trying to clear out these guns to set himself up for that. Baron is started. Look at where Holder is, though. He's a lot faster here, trying to get that teleport again at a long shin.
And Crescendum, you're talking about one of the guns. Well, that's a key one here. But they're going to be backing away. Shalambal spotted out as well, as Betty's just trying to find a bind. You can see Holder off the side in a brush, Lungxing as well. Both of them level 16, and for Lungxing, more important, because that means he can upgrade an item onto Betty, but Betty doesn't have an upgradable item at this point. Needs that Youmuu's Ghost Blade. Because I do not like on center.
Rogue Warriors are backing away a little bit too early from these side lane pushes, though. Holder can keep the aggression forward, force Longxing under tower, and disappear into the fog of war. And then Rogue Warriors can look to make a play. It feels like they're almost getting these waves to the towers and then backing away. So RNG are always getting the opportunity to collect the wave that Rogue Warriors have nicely stacked for them.
Dagner, if this game goes on like this, who wins it? And be frank.
Definitely not also the viewers.
Well, no, I think the viewers are really winning out.
I think it's Rogue Warriors that are going to... Well, it's hard to call. The double AD carries you usually give late game to, but I think Zhongwu Ji can do a lot more work in these fights than the likes of Betty. And it comes down more to the execution on the flanks from Woomin and Holder.
True.
Because if they can get onto Xiaohu, they're in great shape. Xiaohu, because of the build that he's gone, is much more mid-game orientated. But again, those Ornn items, they do a lot. So it's a tough one to call. It's definitely more so to execution than it is to just straight up this confluence.
Okay. Execution, I like the word of that, because that throws another spatter into the works. Xiaohu especially, Blade of the Ruined King, the dueling aspect here, at least in a side lane, is big. As RNG group up mid, clearing the wave. Rogue Warriors want a challenge here. Elder's up in 10 seconds. And Rogue Warriors have been given the river.
They're forcing back RNG. Wasn't... Oh, there we go.
Wooming does steal the ult. It's on to Betty. He flashes away. Flash for an ult of Wooming. It's late game. That's going to be up in about 30 seconds.
Means that the Call of the Forge God won't be available for the river, which is where it'd be most potent. You'll be relying on the cask steal for Wooming.
We just saw a bit of a Felios there. Hits 3 targets with the Crescendum. Now to the Gravitum, though. And poking out with the turret. That's a bit nice, isn't it? There you go. A Felios.
Holder has flash. Can you look to get into the back line here?
He's in the flank. He might be spotted out. Do you think he cares? Holder with the ultimate Xiaolongbao is dead. And Rogue Warriors now with a man advantage. The real call of the Forge God as Xiaohu takes down Lei. Screw that man advantage. We're in a 4 versus 4. A Felios with the ultimate. Hits 3 with Gravitum. Xiaohu zones back. Wuji runs at him. And again, a Felios, it doesn't matter how many times you nerf him, it's just so silly. For 200 years, we've been watching this game, and for 200 years, we see the Felios clean up the game itself.
Rogue Warriors off the back of that fight will clean out this base. The Cloud Soul was so important there for Woomin to just gun down Xiaohu. But we said it, execution was where the team fight stood, and Rogue Warriors eventually come out on top.
Oh my lord. Well, we go to a game 3, and I don't know what to expect for this one, but I have to say, I'll look towards this one as a game I do not want to watch back, because if any team plays like this again, I don't think anyone's getting to playoffs.